regardless of what may occur in South African history going forward. Whether or not the ANC remains a powerful political force, it is doomed to fail. And the reason for this is that even if the African National Congress is able to pull some kind of magic trick and convince the majority of voters to give them back full power to govern South Africa, they will still lose in the end. And I say this because, like all fundamentally communist movements, which, to be absolutely clear, the African National Congress is, even a basic investigation of the ANC's history will show its deep communist roots. So I'm not even going to argue that. But like all communists, the ANC has no idea how to properly administrate or govern a national economy. And this is because communists believe that it is possible and even intelligent to try to centrally plan and control an economy. Only this is a fantasy because no national economy can be centrally controlled by the state. Economies, by their very nature, are too complicated for politicians to understand. Every given economy in the world has very specialized mechanisms and various aspects in place in order to function correctly, which politicians simply don't have the expertise or the experience to manage. And in the case of the ANC, most of them are absolute idiots who don't understand anything outside of their own ideology. I mean this quite literally. Most of the ANC national executive are only successful in politics because they were too stupid to do anything else. And the only reason they've been successful is that through political manipulation, they've been able to keep the population even more stupid than they are. So even if the African National Congress somehow pulls a political miracle out of their hat, they will still destroy this country. And if, by chance, South African voters allow this to happen, then they will deserve it. Because time and again, the African National Congress does things which directly serve as a detriment and a source of harm to this country because they don't care about the well being of the people. Their focus is their ideology and their belief in their own greatness because they are truly arrogant enough to believe, even now, that they are great men. Just look at how they talk. Look how often they boast about freeing the black people of South Africa and granting them the right to vote. But ask yourself seriously, if you're a black person, okay, now you can vote equally with a white person. How has the ability to vote improved your life? Is your quality of life better? Are your opportunities better? Do your children have a guaranteed future to look forward to? All of the answers to these questions are no. So, if something happens and the ANC is allowed to regain full power and do exactly as they please with the country, like they have for the past 3 decades, black voters will have no one but themselves to blame. Because I don't know how many times people both inside and outside of South Africa, black, white, and everything in between, have warned other people here about the dangers and the obvious corruption of the ANC. But many South African voters are like toddlers, whereas you can wave a set of keys in front of a toddler's face, and they will be so enthralled by the sound and the shininess of the keys that they aren't paying attention to what's going on behind them. I really hate to have to use that analogy, but that's the fact. And of course, I'm not speaking for all black people because, as I've just said, many black South Africans are fully aware of just how corrupt and evil the ANC is. But I'm talking about the vast majority of the voting base who have been educated in a system designed by the ANC to keep them poor and stupid. If God exists, He's going to need to help us all, because that's the only way out of any of this.